Okay, so why do I think I could find a meteorite just out in front of my house? Well, the thing is, around 40 tons of meteorites hit the Earth every day. Most of these aren't big explosions that you see in the sky, but they're actually tiny little specks of meteoroids that make it through the atmosphere and eventually hit Earth. And most of the time they just stay exactly where they are. Nobody notices them, nobody really cares because they just look like little pebbles on the ground. Okay, so I think I'm going to have the advantage of finding a real meteorite. So you can see how attracted my meteor is to this magnet here. Holy cow. Yeah, there's definitely iron in there. Ow. Look at that. Ah. Okay, so the advantage I'm going to have with my giant monster magnet is if anything has some iron in it, it's going to be attracted to it. So hopefully these iron meteorites are going to just fly towards the magnet as I drag it over the ground. Okay, so in order to do this, I just set up this little sled. So it has a hole in it, just some foam I have. I'm gonna set my giant magnet here and just drag it across the ground, and it'll pick up anything that contains iron in it. Okay, here we go. Okay, so after a while what you get is this bunch of rocks that have any amount of iron in them. Especially because my magnet is really strong here, so it's picking up any of these, but it looks like they have a significant amount. You can see how they're just attracted back to the magnet. So now what I'm going to do is just sift through these and see if I see anything that looks more spherical instead of jagged. Look, see how round that is compared to the other rocks? And then this one might be a candidate as well. It looks pretty smooth, like it might have been molten at one point. Okay, so I'm just gonna collect these onto my glass slide. Okay, so first let's try to find our sphere around here somewhere. So you can see how these are all kind of jagged. You can see they do have iron on them. Oh, whoa. Okay, that's our spherical piece. Okay, this totally looks like a meteorite. Look at this. Amazing. So this is most definitely a meteorite, I'm guessing. And then my other piece that I thought over here. So this one might be as well. Looks like it's oxidized a little bit, but it's definitely smooth on the top here, but it's not spherical like the other one. It doesn't necessarily need to be spherical though. So this piece definitely looks different than the pieces around it. Okay, also I was just looking through the pile again and I also found this one. Look at that. Okay, so I've cleaned my three pieces off here. This is the spherical one and these two are kind of oblong shaped, but both look like they've been molten before and kind of smooth. So these do actually look like meteorites. You can actually see it looks like this has a fusion crust to it. So it's a little bit pitted, but it's smooth and round. It's so cool that you can actually find little pieces like this, little pieces of the asteroid belt that have been orbiting Earth for millions of years that aren't even part of our planet. Okay, here's my three specimens. So I totally think all three of these are actually meteorites. So these tiny little meteorites are on the ground all around us. You just have to be able to recognize them and see them. So most of the meteorites that hit the Earth actually come from the asteroid belt. So the asteroids in the asteroid belt are constantly bumping into each other, crashing into each other, and sending debris towards Earth. So this was found at 10:38 a.m. in 1947. It's around a 7-gram specimen here. It's mostly iron, and then it says the remaining percentages here of the different elements: 5.9% nickel, 0.42% cobalt. Okay, so some of the characteristics of these meteorites that I'm searching for, one of them is that it's attracted to a magnet, of course. The kind that I'm going to be looking for, there's actually different types of meteorites. There's stony meteorites and iron meteorites, and there's stony iron meteorites, but I'm looking for the iron meteorites, which are mostly iron. So it's going to be extremely attracted to my magnet. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.